Hey guys, I'm Jessica Villarreal, and we are here checking out the Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception multiplayer event. We're getting eaten by fruit flies and gnats, but we're gonna go check things out anyways. We are standing with Jacob, the co-lead designer on Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. So Jacob, for someone who is completely new to the Uncharted experience, can you catch us up to date?
Sure, absolutely. So the Uncharted series follows Nathan Drake, who is a modern-day fortune hunter. And the past two games, Uncharted Drake's Fortune and Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, followed him as he traveled around the world searching for ancient treasures, solving historical mysteries, and fighting various nefarious foes. And now Uncharted 3 picks up with him seeking the Atlantis of the Sands, a mythical city that was said to have been swallowed by the sands of the Arabian Desert. And in Uncharted 3, we team back up with his mentor, Victor Sullivan, and we find out more about the bonds that brought them together.
Nice.
And we also see them pit against an occult secret society with ties going back 400 years to the court of Queen Elizabeth I, which in turn brings in Nathan Drake's ancestor, Sir Francis Drake.
So at GDC 2011, we actually saw a new villain in one of the trailers. Can you talk a little bit more about these characters?
Sure, absolutely. So we introduced the villain, who's Catherine Marlowe. She's the head of this clandestine organization, and they've been seeking out the Atlantis of the Sands as well. And so this is what pits Drake against this shadowy group. And it's a very interesting group because they're unlike any enemies that Drake has fought before. Previously, he's fought very straight-out aggressive enemies. First game, he was fighting against pirates and treasure hunters. Second game, he was up against a private military. And now this time, he's up against spies, and it's all about deception in the same element as our title. It's about like the way they manipulate Drake and mess with his mind and make him question his motives and his friends and who can he trust.
That's so awesome. Yeah, so I've noticed that with the Uncharted games, you create very strong female characters, and Catherine Marlowe clearly being the head enemy here. Is there a reasoning behind making these amazing women in your games?
Well, I'm not sure that it's that we make amazing women so much as many other video games neglect women.
There you go.
We just try to give a balanced view of, people.
Yeah, that's great.
There are strong women in the world, and so our games contain strong women because they're interesting characters to deal with. And certainly coming from our pulp lineage, pulp stories were often filled with strong female characters. So not having them there would feel wrong.
We're here standing with Robert, a game designer on Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. So
Sure.
Robert, tell us what you guys are doing here in Los Angeles today.
Yeah, well, so today we're having the big reveal for Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, and this is our multiplayer event. And we're just discussing all the cool things we've added for multiplayer that are coming out in November.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what is coming out in November?
Yeah, I mean, there's a big slew of stuff. I guess some of the things is that we've added some new game modes, right? We've added free-for-all and 3-team deathmatch. And in 3-team deathmatch, you can go 2 versus 2 versus 2, right? Again, along with that, we've also added a much deeper ranking system from the last game. So this time you'll be able to upgrade your boosters. So once you purchase a booster, the more you use a booster, as you earn XP with that booster, it ranks up, which is pretty cool.
Right.
And I think one of the things I find coolest that we've added so far is our medal kickback system. And in the last game, you could earn medals by sort of doing certain performances, right? Like getting 3 kills in a row and such. And so this time, as you earn medals, you're able to activate your medal kickback. So say, for example, I earn 14 medals. Well, I can activate my medal kickback that gives me a RPG, right? Or if I earn 10 medals, I can activate my kickback that turns me into a cloud of smoke and I respawn somewhere else on the map. Yeah, some really cool systems. Additionally, we've added split screen this time around.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, the coolest thing about split screen is that you're actually able to log in with your own PSN ID. So you can rank up at your buddy's house, and then take off and continue from where you left off from there.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. I know one of the biggest complaints about some gamers out there is they really want a co-op experience where they can sit next to their roommate or their significant other and play together on the couch online, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I know you guys are really adamant about making this a social experience.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
talk a
yeah.
little bit about the Facebook integration
Sure.
and the Uncharted TV that you talked about?
Uncharted TV is really rad. Once you log on to Uncharted, so you plug in, throw the CD in, you can see your Facebook friends list.
Right.
And from there, you can party up with people. So you don't have to know your friend's PSN ID to hook up with them.
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I guess, I can say this. So I guess the one thing about Facebook that we're trying not to do is that, you know, if your friend doesn't play Uncharted, and it's posted on your Facebook that you hit level 50, she won't really know what that means.
Right.
So for the Facebook integration, we're really trying to come up with ways of having these sort of unique stories that are inside of the game as you play. So I think people find that pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then Uncharted TV is going to be pretty rad. So
Right.
last game we had cinema mode, and we were surprised at how popular it was.
Yeah.
And so with those YouTube videos, what we can do with Uncharted TV now is that as you're waiting to play the game, you have a little window at the bottom that's called Uncharted TV. And we get to select what videos appear in that television, and you can watch it for as long as you want, skip
Very
it,
cool.
mute it, stuff like that. And we get to select the videos that fans want.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it's really
okay.
cool. It's really cool.
So one of the biggest questions that we've been getting from our viewers,
What's that?
they love the ladies of Uncharted.
Oh, yeah.
And so they are wondering, can
Yeah.
you actually play as any of the ladies in multiplayer mode?
So we allowed you to play as a number of characters from the last game. And we realized that a lot of people appreciated that.
Yes.
And, you know, it'd be foolish to let that appreciation not occur in the next game.